Hello students, welcome back to the grammar videos. I am Parul Parmar and today we will be learning a new topic of grammar, that is lesson number 15, sentences. Now if I ask you students a question, how many alphabets are there? You would say 26 alphabets. No, that's a wrong answer. We have only one alphabet, 26 are the letters. Now in that we get 5 vowels and 21 consonants. But if we gather some of the letters, we get a word, and if we gather some of the words, we get a complete sentence. If I tell you the definition of sentence, it is sentences are the words of group which makes a complete sentence. Now sentences can also be divided into different types. All the 4 types I have written on the board and we will be studying in detail. Yes, now we will be studying first type, that is declarative and assertive type of sentences. Now what do you mean by declare? To tell, to inform or to say something to someone. For example, if I say birds fly in the sky, what am I doing? I am informing or I am declaring and I am just telling. So these type of sentences are called declarative or assertive type of sentences, and at the end we just put a full stop. Now if I say second sentence, it's interrogative type of sentence. What do you mean by interrogative? It's interrogation. When we ask someone something, we say interrogation, and at the end we put punctuation mark, that is question mark. If I ask the question, how are you? What am I doing? I'm asking. So this is a interrogative type of sentence. If I ask, do birds fly in the sky? Question mark. Again, what am I doing? I'm asking a question. So whenever I ask the question, it is the interrogative type of sentence. Third one is imperative. Now what do you mean by imperative type of sentences? Whenever we order, request or advise someone, it is called imperative type of sentence. If I say, obey your elders, what am I doing, students? I am giving you the advice that you should obey your elders. So whenever you advise someone, it is imperative type of sentence. If I say order, if I say sit down, so students, what am I doing? I am giving you the order. So if I say sit down, so what am I doing? I am saying an imperative type of sentence. Then if I say request, I am very hungry and I am saying, Mummy, please give me something to eat. What am I doing? I am requesting my mother. So request, order and advice are called imperative type of sentences. And the next is exclamatory. What do you mean by exclamatory? Strong or sudden feelings. And there we put an exclamation mark at the end of the sentence. Whenever you express a sudden emotion, that is exclamatory sentence. For example, if I say, what a beautiful painting. I saw a painting in an exhibition and I was astonished, and I say, what a beautiful painting, and at the end I put an exclamation mark. So these types are exclamatory type of sentences. I hope you have understood the 4 types of sentences. Let us look at the exercise to understand it further. Let us look at the exercise which I have written on the board, and you have to tell me what type of sentences are these. So let us start. The very first one is, may I borrow that book? What do you think? What type of sentence is it? I am asking, may I borrow that book? So it should be interrogative type of sentence. The next one, the sun shines brightly in summer. What type of sentence is it? It is a general statement, or I am telling or informing someone, or I am declaring someone. So it is a declarative type of statement. Next, avoid junk food. What am I telling you? Avoid junk food. So I am advising you. So what type of sentence is this? Yes, it's imperative type of sentence. Next is, how delicious the fruit cake is. I have seen a fruit cake and I am very excited. So what did I say? How delicious the fruit cake is, and it is also ending in an exclamation mark. So this type of sentence is called exclamatory. The next one, have you ever eaten Greek salad? Now what am I doing over here? I am asking the question. So what type of sentence is this? Yes, it's interrogation. It's interrogative type of sentence. And the last one, don't litter the streets with garbage. Now what am I doing? I am advising you, don't litter the streets with garbage. So wherever there is order, request or advice, what type of sentence is it? Yes, it is imperative type of sentence. So students, I hope you have understood what are declarative, imperative, interrogative and exclamatory type of sentences. Now, declarative statements are the general statements which give out general statements, facts, truths or whenever a person is informing or telling something. Next is interrogative. What do you mean by interrogative? Means to ask questions. Next is exclamatory sentence. It ends with an exclamation mark whenever we express our sudden or strong feelings. And the last one is an interrogative, means to ask questions. So I hope you have understood this topic. After learning different types of sentences, the next topic we will be learning is forming interrogative sentences. Now you must be thinking, it is very easy to form an interrogative type of sentence. We just have to add WH. For example, why, when, where and so on. But it is not always necessary that question begins with WH. There are other types of questions that do not have question words. So we follow a certain type of rules to change the questions into statements or statements into questions. Now to form the questions from statements in the simple past or simple present, we first split the verb. If the verb is in simple present, for example likes, we will change into does like. If we change into question. If the verb is like, we will say do like. For singular we will say do, for plural we will say does. Drinks, we will say does drink, and for drink, singular, we will say do drink. Okay? But if the verb is in simple past, what will we say? If it is liked, ed, so it is simple past. So we will cut ed and we will just say did like. If it is drank, we will say drink, did drink. So these are some set of rules which we need to follow if we change the statement into question or question into statements. Now let us look at some examples of how to form interrogative sentences. Now let us look at the first sentence. Sheila likes chocolate. Here the verb is like. So the sentence is of simple present. So for likes, what do we add? We add does Sheila like chocolate? We have split the verb and we have added does like. The next sentence, Ali liked chocolate. Now this sentence is of simple past. For simple past, we will split the verb again. Ali liked chocolate. So liked is of simple past. We will say, did Ali like chocolate? Question mark. So we have split the verb liked into did like. The next sentence, Nitin drank a lot of milk yesterday. Here again the sentence is of simple past. Here the verb is drank. So we will split the verb and we will say, did Nitin drink? Did Nitin drink a lot of milk yesterday? So we have split the verb drank into did drink. So in this type we can form interrogative sentences by just splitting the verb. Earlier we used to split the verb to form the interrogative sentences. But if the sentences is carrying the verbs like is, am, are, was and were, what do? We change the sequence of the words to form the question. What do you mean by to change the sequence? For example, Rani is a typist. Here is the verb. So we will just change the sequence and we will say, is Rani a typist? Question mark. So wherever you find the verbs like is, am, are, was, were, we just change the sequence to form the question. Second, I am a dancer. Here the verb is am. So again we change the sequence and we will say, am I a dancer? Question mark. And the third one, you are a singer. Now again the verb here is are. So we will change the sequence and we will say, are you a singer? So by just changing the sequence, we form the interrogative type of sentences. Now you will say, ma'am, if the verb is of two words, what should we do? If the verb has two words, we will place the helping verb at the beginning. I already taught you whenever the sentence contains two verbs, then automatically is, am, are, was, were will become the helping verb and action word will become the main verb. Now what do? We will place the helping verb at the beginning of the sentence to form the interrogative type of sentence. For example, Tarun has completed school. Here there are two verbs, has and completed. Completed is the main verb, has will be the helping verb. So we will change the sequence and we will say, has Tarun completed school? You understood what did we do? We have just changed the sequence of the helping verb. Next, Lindsay is eating grapes. Here again, is the helping verb, eating is the main verb. We will change the sequence and we will form the question. Is Lindsay eating grapes? Question mark. Next is, we were singing prayers. Now identify the verbs. Yes, were will be the helping verb, singing will be the main verb. So we change the sequence and we will say, were we singing prayers? Question mark. So I hope you have understood how to form the interrogative type of sentences by splitting the verb, by just changing the sequence of the verb, and whenever you find this type of sentence where you have two verbs, we just change the helping verb. Now let us see the exercise to understand it better. This exercise tells us to change the statements into questions. Whatever rules we have studied till now, we will apply in this exercise. So the first statement is, Arnold was late to school. What do you think? What rule will apply over here? We will just change the sequence in this sentence to form the question. So the answer will become, was Arnold late to school? Okay, because here there was only one verb, was. Next, she told him to be careful next time. Let us see the answer. Here, told means it is a simple past tense verb. So we will change from told to tell. So we will split the verb and we will say, did she tell him to be careful next time? Question mark. So you have to look at the statement and you have to decide which rule to apply. Next is, his teacher called him. Here again it is a past tense form of the sentence. So we will change called to call and we will say, did his teacher call him? Question mark. And the last one, Arnold was happy for being truthful. The answer will be, we have to just change the sequence because it is only one verb. Question mark. Our next topic is subject and predicate. What is subject and predicate? First we will see every sentence has two parts, a subject and a predicate. The subject tells us who or what the sentence is about. It is either a noun or a pronoun and may consist of one word or many words. In imperative sentences, the subject may not be stated, it is understood. But in the predicate, what is predicate? It always consists of verb and it tells us what the subject is doing. For example, the first example, our old computer crashed last week. So whenever you get a sentence, you have to find the subject and the predicate. First in the sentence, we will find the verb. So what verb is there in the sentence? It's crashed. And then you have to ask the question to find the subject. If I ask the question, what crashed last week? So I get the answer, our old computer. So this becomes our subject and this becomes our predicate. Okay. Next, this new keyboard is very expensive. So first we have to find the verb in the sentence. So the verb here is. If I ask the question, what is very expensive? I get the answer, our new keyboard. So our new keyboard will become subject and is very expensive will become predicate. Let us look at some more examples of subject and predicate. Now let us look at the exercise of subject and predicate. You know, the first thing we need to find out the verb and second we need to ask the question who and what to find out the subject. So the very first sentence here is, we are working together on this project. So what is the verb in this sentence? Are. So, and what question do we ask? We ask, who are working together on this project? We get the answer, we. So we will be the subject and our working together in this project will be the predicate. Second, my uncle was fascinated with his new phone. We have to find the verb. So what is the verb in this sentence? Was. So if I ask the question who and what, who was fascinated with his new phone? My uncle. So my uncle will be the subject and was fascinated with his new phone will be the predicate. Next, this jacket is on sale. Now here, what is the verb over here? Is. So if I ask the question, what is on sale? This jacket is on sale. So we get the subject is on sale is the predicate. Next, nobody likes an uninvited guest. If I ask, what is the verb over here? Likes. If I ask the question, who does not like? Nobody. So nobody here is the subject, likes an uninvited guest is the predicate. Next, a spicy burger tastes good with apple juice. Here the verb is taste. If I ask the question, what tastes good with apple juice? A spicy burger. So a spicy burger is subject, tastes good with an apple juice will be the predicate. Next, my friend helped me select my birthday dress. Now, what is the verb in this sentence? Helped. If I ask the question, who helped? My friend. So, my friend will be the subject and rest will be the predicate. So, I hope you have understood this topic, subject and predicate. So, students, I hope you have understood and enjoyed this grammar video. We'll meet in the next session. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.